My guest this evening is country senior partner at PwC Zambia, Andrew Chwie. He's discussing the budget for 2025, building resilience for inclusive growth and improved livelihoods. Andrew Chwie, it's always a pleasure to host you and welcome to Costa.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
48 hours after the minister presented the budget onto the floor of Parliament on Friday, and your brief summary of this budget can best be described as ambitious but constrained. Why do you say that?
So, ambitious but constrained because from the ambition side, if you look at the growth in the budget, if you look from a total absolute expenditure point of view, the original budget for 2024, which is this year, was about 177 billion kwacha. It was increased, I think, came to about 198.6 billion kwacha with a supplementary budget. Growing to 217 billion in 2025 is a significant increase. If you look at how it's meant to be funded, it's a 9% increase, but it's coming off a very big number. If you look at how it's meant to be funded from the income side, some of the income lines, your domestic revenues expected to grow over 20%, taxes over 20%. The question is, in an economy that is constrained, perhaps won't grow to that degree. How will that be achieved? So on the face of it, you don't see too many changes, but then when you break down the numbers, you see some areas where there are some significant expansions, so that's ambitious. If you think about some of the targets that are there, to grow GDP 6.6%, the current year is expected to be 2.3%, inflation targeting 6 to 8%. It's obviously the long-term target, but we're currently at 15.6%. You look at borrowing to keep that at 1.9% of GDP, to keep the fiscal deficit at 3.1% of GDP. Some of those, in the context of where we are at the moment, they do seem fairly ambitious and bullish, even though, like I said, on the face of it, you may not see too many changes. When I say constrained, I basically mean there's the reality of the crisis that we have at the moment, and there's plenty that people would have hoped to see. What sort of support is going to individuals, to businesses directly, whether it's tax reductions, tax relief, etc., which can often come during challenge times. A lot of that is not there. So if I've spoken to the Minister of Finance, he's been very clear those are things he would have wanted to do, but hands are tied, so he can't do them. So that's obviously constrained. And I guess if you then put it all into one big bucket, is that the ambition in terms of how to grow revenues, how to grow the budget, is in the context of the environment that we are in. So that ambition may be dampened by the constraints of how the economy actually performs. So that's why I described it as ambitious
but constrained.